Guys, it's Rick Houston here with AirgunWeb and AirgunWeb TV, and we are here at the Mantis booth. And we were here last year. We had a little bit of a competition with me and Megan, and she wanted to take the year off for whatever reason. So I'm back here. We're still going to have a competition. We'll save that for a little bit later. But before we get started, let's talk to Austin about what you got new for this year and any improvements, changes, what you got going on. Because what their product does, correct me if I'm wrong, it helps you get more trigger time and teaches you how to have better trigger time more accurately, so you just get better and better and better and improve. And you can do so with your air guns or dry fire, your pistols or whatever. That's what you guys do. Is that right?
That's exactly what we do.
All right, we're done.
This is Mantis. It's this little doodad on the end of the gun. This is the new version that we got launched this year. The original version that we've been selling for a few years now is no more. This is the latest and greatest, slimmer, smaller, longer, battery life, better in every way. You know, we just want to snuggle up with this thing and be close to it.
Right.
So this goes on any gun: pistol, rifle, dry fire, live fire, or air guns. We're using air guns today. These are SIG air guns. They're very robust, work well for us for demos here. The whole principle behind Mantis, what it does is it tracks movement of the gun throughout the whole shooting process.
Right.
With very, very sensitive precision sensors that analyze every small and large movement pattern of the shooter. Right. We know that as far as shooting guns go, it's easy to aim, but when you squeeze that trigger, all of a sudden the bullet goes somewhere else other than where you intended, right?
That teeny little bit of movement right here is like that at 50 yards or 10 feet.
Exactly right.
If you're dealing with a quick target acquisition and you've got an intruder, God forbid something like that happened, this little twitch means you missed.
Yep, exactly right.
And this is what helps you doing his job now, but this is what helps you develop the muscle memory so you're not thinking about it.
Exactly.
It's just intuitive, it's automatic. It's not something you have to think about, it's just natural.
Yep.
And with this, you're able to train and train and train and train and train and train for like little to no money, which is another key point.
That's the key point, right?
Anytime you want, any place you want, no noise because you're dry firing really, and you just improve, so your trigger control and your muscle memory gets that much more consistent.
Yep.
Is that right?
Exactly right. So the key issue what we found is that when people are shooting a gun, when you're squeezing that trigger, like you said, that last segment of time is where all the error occurs. Now what happens is because things happen so quickly, our eyes and our mind lie to us.
Yeah.
We see things, or we think we see things that didn't necessarily occur. So what this does is this tells you exactly what happened. The data does not lie.
Right.
It tells you exactly what happened, and it tells you how to correct it.
Okay.
So let me show you real quick, as a recap, how the system works. At its core, it's tracking movement of the gun all the time. As I move the gun around, you see it tracking there. Yep. When I actually take a shot, it's going to save and analyze. Here's what happened before the trigger press, during the trigger press, and then after the trigger press. So the shot went off there. I pulled down a little bit while I was squeezing that trigger. So I lined up my sights well. I came in okay, but then when I pulled the trigger, I moved down. I'm going to take a good shot now. You'll see a higher score, 91.5. Very little movement there. A little bit of movement to the left. I can improve a little bit more, so let's try that again.
There you go.
There you go, 95.9, right? Yeah. Now if I want to be really egregious, let me show you a bad mistake. If I really pull the gun, now you're not going to see a whole lot of movement there. This thing is hypersensitive, right?
Yeah.
And 78, that's about a 2-inch deviation at 10 yards.
Okay.
So sensitivity is dialed in super high for Olympic caliber shooters.
Okay.
So what happens as I take more shots, every single shot is analyzed, but then I want to put it all together and say, okay, what do I need to improve on? So this shows you exactly what happened, all the shots together. I have an issue, at least on this gun today, while I'm performing for you. Yeah. I'm pulling up and down. I'm dipping the gun before I shoot. Very common problem, right? Now built into this, if you tap on that, it'll explain what can cause that and how to correct it.
Okay.
So if I tap on that, it shows the right way, the wrong way with explanatory text to help you understand, okay, if I did something wrong, here's how I correct it. So that's the core, that's the heart of the system, right? So
awesome. It's the heart of the system is distilled awesome, okay? What they've done is they've just made things more awesome. I love it.
Well, our goal is to help every shooter suck less.
There you go.
By giving real-time, data-driven feedback, right?
We want you to suck less. Mantis.
There you go.
Perfect.
Shoot more gooder.
You shoot more excellent. I love it. That's perfect.
So who's doing the head-to-head competition here?
I'm thinking me and Andy. Oh, now Ben.
Okay. Ben's in. He's down. He's down. Okay. So 10 shots?
We'll do me and Angie first, and then best from that will shoot Ben.
Oh, so he's got the first round buy, is what you're saying?
That's right. He's the better
This is
shooter.
the wild card?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We ready?
We're ready. So let's go in here. I'll reset the session for you. Take 10 shots. Who's going to do it?
I'll do it.
You're going to go first? Aim at whatever you want to. That's the nice thing is there's no special targets. You can shoot indoor, outdoor, whatever you want to. It's analyzing movement of the shooter, independent of target. That's 10. Your average is 78.1. What do you think your odds are, Angie?
Probably not very good.
We'll find out. Okay, 10 shots.
All right, Angie. Now, I don't want you to be nervous at all.
Loser buys dinner. Not looking good, Rick. Not looking good. Oh, that's 10. 81.4. Well done.
I was 76 something. I was like,
yeah. Put it up.
very
put it
good,
up.
very
Well
good.
done.
I'll tell you,
Get to shoot
in
Ben.
general,
Yeah, you gotta shoot
get
Ben
to
now.
shoot Ben. Yes, she gets to shoot Ben. Awesome. I will tell you that in general, I have found ladies are pretty darn good shooters.
You know why? Well, our opinion why. My opinion why.
We'll
is
see
that-
if it's. We have a bet going, so go for it.
You have an opinion on this too?
I do.
Okay, I
do.
want to hear your opinion.
My opinion is that they actually pay attention.
My-
They take instruction better.
You and I have this thing called an ego.
Yeah, that's
And it
it.
gets in the way of a lot of things, right? And they just want to do the right thing, right? So they're much more open to instruction and
I
learning, right?
believe that is absolutely the case. I would not disagree with you at all. Way to go, Angie. You beat me. That's twice now. We just did another video, and she outshot me on that one, too.
I think you're going to need a new competition partner for the next one.
Maybe, but I'm going to step aside and let Ben do it. Ben, you want this mic?
All right.
Doing this one.
All right, so this.
All right,
this
Ben's
is
stepping up
That's
right
the
now.
gun.
And we're going to just
You don't get any
reposition
practice
a bit.
rounds. It's ready to go.
Here he goes. He's ready. He's ready
Aim
to
at whatever
go.
you want. You can aim at multiple targets if you wanted to also. That's 10. 84.0. Andy's gotten some warm-up, so we'll see if that impacts her score at all.
Who's the champion?
Talking smack already. Yeah, 81. You can do an 85. You can do an 85. Just go nice and slow.
Hey, you gotta be able to perform under pressure. There might be a massive assailant coming forward.
Okay, that's 10.
Okay. Let's see.
82.5.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry you lose. I'm
No,
sorry.
you're not.
I'm sorry.
It's very generous of you to let him win.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't feeling so good about himself earlier, and all of a sudden he feels great. So
I beat a girl.
Okay, so I'm going to switch the camera back.
All right. Give me back.
Now that I've come out dead last, what fun that was. Let's talk about some more stuff that you do, because the pistol side is just one thing. Now, that seems like it's easier to set up and work than it was last year. Did you do some changes to the software?
the nice thing about the system is that software is always updated. So a couple times a month you're getting a software update with more features, more functionality, and that's all free.
Okay,
we don't charge for that.
Because that really looked like it was a little bit simpler to get into it and actually start. I mean, it was like, boom, there you go, you
Yeah.
just start.
Yeah.
So that was
Super easy, super easy.
Okay. So what's the next thing you want to show us?
So that's core functionality. That core functionality has been around for years.
Okay.
It's awesome,
Yep.
but there's more.
Okay.
Right. So this unit here today is the X10, which is our premier unit. We have 5 different models, all different price points, different capabilities. This is the X10 that does everything. This does recoil analysis, holster draw analysis.
Recoil analysis, what does it analyze?
Okay. So CO2 gun doesn't have much recoil, so I'm not going to demonstrate it here. Really for live fire, it looks at muzzle flip, looks at your recovery time, looks at the angle of your recoil, as well as what that pattern is.
Okay.
So it's really used for honing your recoil management.
Okay.
So first shot on target is a lot easier than the second shot on target.
Yeah,
You want to get that
absolutely,
second one on as fast as possible.
Right,
That's
I
what
got
it's
it.
designed around.
Okay.
The holster draw is super cool. The analysis breaks it down into 5 phases. Normally holster draw practice is buzzer to shot. We break it down into 5 phases so you can optimize and find out where you are strongest and weakest and most inconsistent, most consistent. So
Okay.
it's from the buzzer to the grip to the pull to the presentation to target, and target to taking the shot.
Okay.
We trace it all out, we time it all out, we highlight areas where you're weakest, highlight areas where you're strongest, help you diagnose where you can improve. One of the biggest findings is that most people, when they do draws from the holster, could actually take that shot faster because they're on target, they just don't feel confident. So we help them notice, hey, you're confident, you can take that shot 10th of a second faster and have the same level of accuracy.
That's pretty cool. Okay.
So other dynamic shooting stuff in the X10 has shooting on the move, rapid fire, multi-target stuff as well.
Okay.
So increasing capability, it's awesome. It also supports the apps we recently launched for shotguns, skeet trap, sporting plays, as well as archery.
right.
Target shooting, it's pretty awesome. It does everything.
That's very, very. What's the price point on that unit?
So the X10 is $250.
Okay.
If you want to get a bare bones model, just get into training, do everything we did today on a dry fire basis, you can get the X2 for 99 bucks.
Okay.
It's dry fire only, pistol and rifle. As you start adding live fire and then a dynamic shooting stuff, you move up the chain of price.
Okay. And those are different models, not just upgrades to the.
Correct, different models because the hardware is different inside.
I got it.
all that
Yeah,
stuff.
sure.
So, yeah, so that's it.
Okay.
There's lots of drills, courses, lots of training. This is just one small piece of it, and again, all the updates are free.
All right. Awesome.
Want to talk Blackbeard?
Absolutely.
Okay, for people that are into ARs and training with their ARs, you have 2 options. One is go shoot at the range, live fire, or do dry fire, which sucks because in between shots you're charging the handle, right? So you're breaking position, you're running the charging handle, and it's just inefficient.
Yep.
So we built Blackbeard, Blackbeard, which is these 2 pieces, designed to drop in any mil-spec AR. This is a bolt carrier group in the magazine. This is a battery pack.
Okay.
And this is where the magic happens inside the bolt carrier. So you drop it in the AR. We already put it in the AR. It's literally a 10-second
got it.
change out,
Yeah,
right? Pop the
super
pin, drop it in, and you start shooting. So you get some close-ups there. And what it does is it resets the trigger for you automatically in dry fire. And it shoots a laser out so you know where you hit. So all of a sudden dry fire doesn't suck anymore because it's fun.
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and shoot it. Take point of aim. The nice thing about this is it has the actual break of your trigger, the actual reset. You can go as fast as you want, 10 shots a second. It'll hold up just fine. And use it on your platform, right?
Yep.
You're not training with a simulation weapon. It's your AR, your optic, your trigger, your grip, your setups. You're indexing to the proper shooting mechanics.
That's awesome.
So
that is very awesome.
That ships Q2 this year.
Okay.
So this is the final production prototypes before we order tooling. We're super excited about this because I think it's going to get people to get their ARs out of their safes
Yep.
and actually train with them in their basement, in their backyard, whatever.
And does this connect with that?
So Mantis works with it.
Oh, I got it.
So
I got
it's
it.
not embedded in there. You buy a
I
separate
got
device. If you want to use it on there, it's compatible.
I got you. So you just would drop Mantis on here. If you have the one that's rifle compatible,
Yep.
then this just allows you to actually do it.
Yeah, do it
got it.
quickly, efficiently. Yep.
That's very, very cool. Do you have a price point on this?
$200.
Okay, that seems very reasonable. You're gonna burn up that in ammo in a hurry.
Yeah,
In
it's
a
nothing.
hurry.
Yep.
Yeah, that's excellent. Well, that's very, very awesome. Well, thank you so much
My pleasure, Rick.
for all of that, even though I'm not real happy about coming in third.
As a Bears fan, we always say there's always next year, right?
I'm a Redskins fan, I get it. I feel your pain. There was a day when it was okay to like the Redskins, and now it's been a very long time.
You're a true
I'm
fan.
a die-hard Redskins fan. Guys, don't unsubscribe just because of that point, please. But anyway, that's going to be it for now. My name is Rick Ucci with AirgunWeb, AirgunWeb TV from SHOT Show 2020 here with Austin at Mantis. Thanks for watching.